Ladies and gentlemen, fellow travelers on this remarkable journey, I stand before you, not as someone with all the answers, but as a fellow seeker, reflecting with you on the very nature of this moment we find ourselves in. We live in a world that is both incredibly vast and intimately fragile, a paradox we may never fully understand, but one that we can certainly feel. Here in the year 2025, we are at an extraordinary crossroads. The technology in our pockets connects us to the farthest reaches of the planet, and yet we are often more disconnected from each other, from ourselves, from the living earth than ever before. We gaze into the stars, seeking to know the universe, to grasp its secrets, yet paradoxically, the greatest mystery may still lie within us, within the very experience of being alive, here, now. It is not so much that we need to discover new truths, but rather that we need to remember old ones. The truth that we are already part of something vast, something infinite. The truth that life, in all its forms, is sacred. Whether on a distant planet or in a small corner of our own consciousness. It's easy to feel small in the grand scheme of things, but perhaps the very feeling is an invitation, a calling to recognize that we are both part of the cosmic dance and the observers of it. We're the song being sung by the universe, and we are the ones listening to its echo. We look to the stars, and yet we sometimes forget to look within. We look to technology, to innovation, to progress. But do we stop to wonder, what kind of human progress are we actually building? What kind of world are we collectively dreaming into existence? There is a pressing question in this moment. How can we make lasting positive change? Not just in the distant future, but now, today, with the choices we make as individuals and as a species. I believe the answer lies not in the grand gestures, but in the subtle, quiet revolutions of our hearts, minds, and daily actions. You see, change does not begin with the external world. It begins with our relationship to it. The way we see the earth, the way we see one another, the way we see ourselves. We have been taught to think of ourselves as separate, as isolated individuals, as if we are disconnected from the whole. But this is an illusion. We are woven into the very fabric of life. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the blood that pulses in your veins. These are the same substances that have existed since the dawn of time. You are, in essence, stardust. You are the very cosmos experience itself through a human form. When we come to understand this, truly understand it, not just with our minds, but with our hearts, we begin to act from a place of profound interconnectedness. The choices we make no longer feel small or insignificant because we realize that they ripple out not only through the web of humanity, but across the entire living universe. Now, I want to ask you, what kind of world are you willing to create with your own hands, your own thoughts, your own actions? It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of what needs to change, especially in a time when the issues we face are so vast. Climate crisis, injustice, inequality, the erosion of truth itself. But if we are truly aware of our interconnectedness, we realize that no action is too small to matter. In 2025, we have reached a point in our technological evolution where we have the tools to build a new world. But the question remains, are we ready to use them in the service of life? The future of humanity depends not on the wonders we create, but on the wisdom with which we use them. It depends on our ability to listen to the earth, to listen to each other, and most importantly, to listen to the wisdom within ourselves. We often look outward to leaders or systems to bring the change we so desperately desire. But the truth is, the true power of transformation lies in the consciousness of each individual. It's not about waiting for someone else to fix things. It's about recognizing that each and every one of us is a catalyst for that change. You do not have to be famous. You do not have to have a platform. You do not have to be someone special to make a difference. You only have to remember who you truly are and to live from that place of deep knowing. In the same way that the earth is alive with ecosystems, we too are alive with our own internal networks, our emotions, our thoughts, our bodies. If we want to change the world, we begin by healing our inner world. The transformation of humanity begins with the transformation of the individual heart. And it is through a collection of hearts, each one recognizing its own interconnection with all other hearts, that the outer world begins to shift. But change will not come by avoiding discomfort or running from the challenges that face us. The discomfort of this time is a signal, a wake-up call to all of us. It's an invitation to rise, to meet the moment with courage, and to move through the unknown with trust. As we look to the stars, let us also look within. Let us honor the miracle of being human in this extraordinary age, not as a burden, but as an opportunity. The journey of being human is not to seek perfection, but to embrace perfection, to live fully, authentically, and with love. For in the end, love is the only force that can heal the world. And love, true unconditional love, is not just an emotion, but a way of being, a way of seeing, a way of acting. In this great intergalactic tapestry of existence, we are all threads, each one vital, each one unique. Our strength lies not in our separateness, but in our unity. And when we recognize that we are part of something much greater than ourselves, something infinite and external, we can no longer live as though we are isolated from each other or from the earth. We are one. So let us begin, here and now, in the very present moment, by taking responsibility for the world we are co-creating. Let us walk forward in compassion, in love, in reverence for life. And let us remember, the change we seek does not begin out there. It begins right here, in our hearts, in our consciousness, in the way we choose to show up for life. The stars may be vast and distant, but they too are part of us. And so, together, let us shine, let us live, not just as individuals, but as a collective expression of the cosmos, alive, awake, and filled with the boundless potential of love.